Hi, good evening. It's time for our Bible story. And this is the last story in this book. It's story 11. And these were all stories about Abraham and now Isaac. The boy with the friendly spirit. If Rebekah was the girl with the kindly heart, Isaac was the boy with the friendly spirit. He was always thinking of others and how he might help them. Nothing ever seemed to upset him. You remember how he had been up on the mountain when his father explained to him that God had asked him to be a sacrifice? And he was willing to do it if that's what God asked. But of course, God had another way. And then how sad he was when his mom died, and how happy he was when he saw Rebekah. In all those ways, he revealed the sweet gentleness of his character. As the years went by, the same lovely quality shone again and again in his life. When Abraham died in his 175th year, that's a long time, isn't it? Much longer than we live nowadays. What do you suppose Isaac did? He sent for Ishmael, his half-brother, whom Abraham had sent away from camp years before. Together they buried their father in the same cave where Sarah, his mother, had been laid. Only someone of real greatness would have thought of doing that. Isaac had been named sole heir of all of Abraham's possessions. That means everything that was Abraham's was going to his son Isaac. And this could have gone to his head and made him proud and selfish, but it didn't. He could have tried to keep the limelight on himself and forgot about everybody else. But no, instead his first act after his father's death was to share the funeral service with his lonesome half-brother. Not long after this, Isaac heard that the Philistines were filling up the wells that his father had dug in various parts of the country. Now this was really bad. That was a hot, dry country. That's the only way they had to get water for themselves and for all of them, their animals. Now, this would have made the average man very angry. And Isaac had many servants, and he could have chosen to go and fight the Philistines. But that's not what he did. He said to them, "Go ahead and dig out that well," the one they were close to. And they did. But when they did, guess what? A bunch of herdsmen that were Philistines, they came and they said, "That water's not yours." And they were willing to fight. But Isaac said, "Okay, you go ahead and take that water. We'll go get another well." Well, they went ahead and they dug another well close by. And the same herdsmen came and they wanted to take over that well too. Wow, it's really hard to dig a well. And when it's super hot and dry, it's terrible. That must have made so many of the servants angry. But Isaac said, "There's room enough for everybody. We'll go someplace else." And that's what they did. And they dug another well. This time, those herdsmen didn't follow him. And he named the well, what did he name the well? I said Rehoboam, meaning room. And he said, "For now the Lord has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in this land." Truly the Lord did make room for Isaac, but he did it through showing the sweet and kindly spirit that he'd shown to those who opposed him. They simply couldn't fight a man like that. So he won by just being patient and kind, and by doing so, he left behind friends instead of enemies. Just then, that very same night, the Lord appeared to him and said, "I am the God of Abraham, your father. Fear not, for I am with you, and I will bless you, and I will multiply your seed for my servant Abraham's sake." Remember, multiply the seed means they'd have many children. It was just as though God had said to him, "I'm so pleased with the way you acted over those wells. I love you for it." That is the spirit I want in all my children. Never fear to do the right thing. Remember, I'm always with you, and I'm going to bless you as I promised your father Abraham. This is something for us to remember when others are mean and rude to us. If we try to treat them kindly and tenderly, God will be pleased with us just like he was with Isaac. And the blessing he promised Isaac will be our blessing too. We know that this is true because of what Jesus said one day. He said, "Love your enemies. Bless those who curse you." That's saying bad things about you or mean words to you. "Do good to them that hate you, and pray for those who despitefully use you and persecute you, that you will be the children of the Father which is in heaven." If every boy and girl, and if every adult were to live that way, what a peaceful and lovely place this would be. So, we can't change other people, but we have choices that we can make. Every day we make lots of choices. What we're going to wear, how we're going to behave. So, as much as you can, remember this story and remember what Jesus said. And let's choose to be peaceful people and to be kind and patient. All right, I have to borrow the next book so that I'll be able to read it to you, not tomorrow, but the next day. All right, it's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. I want to pray blessings on you and your household, your whole family. When you're in your house and out, in the day and the night, whatever you do, keep dreaming. Bye-bye.